Well, hello and welcome back everybody. It's Complicated Relationships Reddit Stories. Hope you guys are safe and healthy. Now let's see what the story is about today. What would you do if you find out that your wife is hiding conversations she is having with a very close mutual friend of yours that she used to date while she was in college? It's time we find out all about it in today's story. Also, if you like what I do, please give this video a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel.
We have been married for 10 plus years and have 2 kids. We had a good marriage so far, with the usual ups and downs. We are living in a state in the US where my wife has spent almost all of her life. She developed very close friendships during her college days. Of those friends, wife is very close to 3 of them. Let's call them R, female, H, male, and X, male. X and R are brother and sister. H and R are husband and wife. Now, during college time, wife had a short-term relationship with X, which she said was over before graduation. X moved out of the US 10 years back. H and R used to live close by in the same state. We used to hang out every weekend and had a great time. H and R decided to move out of the US to help X with his business about 5 to 6 years back. Wife has been very close friend of R. Since H and R moved out of the US, wife has not made any close friends, which has reflected on her life in many ways.
Keeping it short, in the past 6 months, R, H and X decided to move back into the US.
R and H have 2 kids, similar in age to ours, and X is now married to J and have 2 kids as well. My wife has become genuinely happy about her friends returning. They are doing gradual moves where H and X are moving here first, and then their spouses move in with the kids. So, X came to the US about 2 months back, and we offered him to stay for a few days until he finds a place or decides which state they want to settle in. 3 weeks back, H came back down, and they, H and R, and X and J, decided to stay in a different state, since H already found a job there. Last week, we requested both H and X to come join us for about 4 to 5 days at our home so we could spend some time together.
During this time, OP felt there are very strong vibes going on between X and his wife.
Leading up to the time they arrived, my wife shopped around, got her hair done, etc. I was not suspecting anything. But last Friday morning, I walked into X's room and noticed my wife was giving him a hug, while X was still in bed. X was with his laptop and was trying to take an online class. As soon as I walked in, they were surprised, and X said, "Can you please check my temp? Am I feeling feverish?" And my wife played along to check. This incident threw all red flags at me. I did not talk about this incident with my wife right away. However, it was bothering me, and none of them tried to explain what was going on, but both of them acted much alerted. H and X left on Sunday morning to drive up to the state they are settling in. Sunday afternoon, I confronted my wife. She mentions that she was just giving him a friendly hug. I asked, why on the bed? To which she accepted that it may be wrong. I also told her that I felt very strong vibes between you and X, and at times, I felt that I was not needed around at certain times during his stay. Wife denies it all, and I tell her that the only thing I can do is to accept her word on this at this point.
H and X reached their destination by Sunday evening, and OP can see messages going back and forth, and the wife keeps deleting them.
Wife claims that this confrontation must stay only between us, but all has been communicated to X to see how to deal with the situation. Monday, I confronted her again and said that I strongly feel she's lying. Wife denies and said there is nothing going on. I again ask if they are in touch in any shape or form. Wife mentioned that X called to inform about something, and that's about it. But I can still see messages going back and forth. Not sure what else might be in this can of worms. I'm planning to give her one final chance to come clean about the messaging. Edit, all confrontations includes lots of tears.
Now, here is the first update.
So, I was able to get into some of the deleted messages where X is constantly guiding wife to hold her stand that nothing happened. Asks her to give me more attention, not to talk to him too much, etc. Keeps reassuring things will settle down in time, and we, X and wife, will make it right. I was also able to confirm that she tried to call X twice, but he was not available. X calls back after a few hours and they have a conversation, telling him that she is trying, but I'm not getting fully convinced yet. My wife also asks X to check with someone if deleted messages can be retrieved, etc. At this point, I'm certain that this hiding is for a bigger reason. Not certain about a physical affair, but emotional affair is for sure. Also, if there is so much effort being put into hiding something, not sure what the box of chocolates contains. Now, I have to figure out what to do.
Now, as per OP, there are two key points.
1. Kids, too young currently. 2. Wife. Her existing medical conditions will explode, leading to further mental and physical distress. All of this while she will be trying to deal with this alone. X will emotionally support, but he will not give up his family for her. I'm certain about that.
Now, let's listen to the second update.
As mentioned earlier, I have access to her messages. During the day, messages go back and forth, and I see that X is trying to convince her to save the marriage. Wife says she can't let go of both. She mentions that she cannot just shut down her feelings for X. At some point, she blames him too, telling him that he shouldn't have come to the US and gone to some other country to settle, and this wouldn't have been the situation. However, X keeps convincing wife to show me love, affection, and attention, and not keep in contact with him.
Now, here is the juicy and the most liberating part.
Following X's guiding, wife's way of talking changes, and she tries to show affection. One late afternoon, before I wrap up work, she wraps her arms around me and does some lovey-dovey talk. I was engrossed in the work email, but forgot to completely hide their messages I was monitoring. Wife saw them and asked why my messages are showing on your screen. I adjusted and gave her control of my laptop to assure her that there is nothing. She questions again, and I tell her there is nothing, and showed her everything that is open on it. I needed to step out right after for kids' activity and picking up dinner. Messages and maybe calls still happen between her and X while I'm gone. Wife leaves only messages that show that they are talking about me having misunderstanding about them.
As soon as OP returns, the wife asked him again about her messages on his laptop.
I tell her, yes, those were her messages. Wife asks why. I say, because you are clearly hiding what is going on. She's in tears and asks, so what did you find? I say, you have been deleting messages, so I don't know. Now, after finishing dinner with the kids, she quickly goes back to messaging. I do not have a view, but I am sure they messaged and kept only what I need to see. Also, wife has started taking an angry stand towards me for invading her privacy. This whole episode has actually helped me make a firm decision that it's only kids and me now. It is so amazing to notice that these people, ex and wife, in such situations, just follow a script and the fogged vision blocks so much for them to see.
Now, here is the third update.
Today, in the morning, she has spoken to X, and he is trying to help her with how to stay on the grounds of nothing happened and what she should do, like show me more affection, show me more love, etc. Saying men like attention and whatnot, and she should keep saying that it's all in my head. So, wife comes while I'm working and just hugs me, cries a lot, and says sorry for anything that I have in mind and that nothing happened. All this time, she has never even brought up once that she will give up talking to X. I know enough from the past 2 to 3 days in our confrontations that she is protecting her emotional checkout with X like a dragon. I have very strong suspicion that physical checkout has also happened. If not full deed, definitely cuddling, hugging, etc. I have informed her that kids and myself is my priority, and how all that works out, I still need to figure out. Lots of tears, sad and angry outbursts, etc.
Now the wife still mentions that they cannot live without friends and tried to justify her staying in touch with X.
Friday night, before Mother's Day, my wife was determined that she will not go to sleep until she talks me out of all of this. At 1 a.m., while I was sleeping, she came to me and tried to give me a tight hug. I moved away and told her to leave and let me sleep. She wanted to talk. So I sat up and we talked for about 1 to 2 hours, where she explained that how long and close herself and X have been. Not their relationship as boyfriend-girlfriend, but how X has helped her through thick and thin during her earlier years, when they were not even in a relationship. And so, because of all this, these are such important set of friends for her, and she cannot give them up. After our talk, I told her to go and sleep in the other room.
Now, before we go to the next update, if you're enjoying the story so far, please hit that like button so this video will reach more and more beautiful people like you around the world. Now, here is the final update.
My wife has reached out to one of my friends, who I have shared everything with. She wanted my friend to talk to me and make me understand that there is nothing going on between her and X. My friend, D, came down to talk to us face to face. In our talks, WS confessed to following. They kissed on the day I caught her hugging X. Before the hug, they kissed. They kissed a couple other times in March when X was around. Initially, denied anything else was going on. After I asked, "Why did you download Snapchat?" her response was to talk to her friends, and that she had it for a long time. After further probing and questioning, she still says 99% of talk with X was clean, but there was trace of playful messages.
She wants the marriage and will do anything and everything to rebuild trust. She does not want to do anything with X and mentions that she did not know what she was doing and why she was doing it.
A few days later, I confronted X, the AP, and only thing he could say was sorry. He begged me to not let H or J know about this right now. X wanted to share the news his way. He also mentioned that he was never emotionally connected with her, and an emotional connection matters to him more than anything else. He said he will never contact my wife again, and begged me to not share any of this with H. I let my wife know that I confronted X, and all he could say was sorry. I also let her know how he brought in kids in this whole drama to convince me of their story they both wanted me to believe. After this event, she wrote final goodbye message to X and mentioned to him that they should not talk or connect ever again for the rest of their lives. But she deleted some messages, which she completely ignored when she showed me what she had written and sent to X.
OP informed J about everything that transpired in the past few months before she came back to US.
She was overwhelmed and tried to confirm with me if I was playing a prank. Since I have recorded everything X said, I shared it with J and H. I also warned J about changing all the passwords and not leaving anything open. By this time, X was starting to think that I will start talking. J informed me that X has asked for her Facebook password and asked me to be on the lookout if X tries to contact my wife using J's Facebook. After about an hour, Jay sent me a screenshot where X ended up blocking me on Jay's Facebook account, just so that I do not reach out to her. Jay understood what that meant. By this time, X was certain I would spill the beans and needed to build up a story. X reached out to my wife asking what all she has confessed to. She responded, after letting me know that they have done their final goodbyes, that they connect on Facebook as Snapchat is out of the picture now. And on Facebook, they exchanged messages in a fashion that shows it was a small emotional outburst on both of their ends, and they kissed, and there was nothing else. But who will believe them?
OP informed WS's elder sister and shared what was going on, what he found out, and the wife's confession.
Eldest sister is totally broken and asked me to keep an open mind and focus on the kids. She also mentioned that she would not want to even talk to her for what she has done, and she did not end up talking to her at all until I made a trip to their place and we had an opportunity to talk face to face. Once kids' school was over, I made a trip to her sister's place. Kids, of course, wanted to spend time with their cousins for a very long time. I also wanted to have face-to-face conversation with her sisters. Both sisters want me to keep the wife and kids under the same roof to minimize the impact on the kids for the time being, since they are too young. They both side with me on understanding why I would not want to continue the relationship with my wife, but since kids are involved, we would still need to parent them, and their request is to keep parenting while living under the same roof.
OP has informed the sisters that 2 stable houses are better than 1 broken home.
Also, I will support WS to stand up on her feet as we work out separate living arrangements. Both sisters mentioned that they are worried that their father will not survive this news. They also asked me not to tell other people in the family. I do not intend to inform anyone else, except my brother and his wife. I owe it to my family. I spoke to my brother and told him each and everything I did to find out and what all happened with a timeline. He is shocked. His initial reaction was for me to give it a chance with proper reconciliation and absolutely using professional help in rebuilding myself and the relationship. I have still not filed for divorce. I should have done this as the first step, but I have not. I hate hurting people. I also know that I don't have to feel that this is my doing, but I'm torn. Probably, this is the thing that is keeping me from progressing on divorce paperwork.
OP definitely knows that the kids will be looking for him and their mother to be available whenever they want.
How this separation will impact them mentally is what fears me. As I mentioned earlier, her parents will have a huge impact as well. I'm not worried or too much bothered about this, as all of her family supports me. WS is concerned and left alone. This leads to multiple things. Wife being depressed and struggle to do day-to-day, and this will directly impact on the kids. I want to help her with her struggles. In the past 12 years, I have always tried to be in front of everything that came our way, and now I have to change my habit while wife is still around and we are still living together day in and day out. I also don't think this will end soon, as we will be co-parenting and I would need to be in touch with her. She wants to keep the family together and is willing to do anything I ask for. After I started exposing her, her demeanor, attitude, and way to doing things has changed, and slowly she has started accepting that she would need to be on her own.
End of the story. Well, OP, I love it when cheaters say that they will do anything to save the relationship. This means that they will do anything but tell the truth and do the hard work of becoming trustworthy again. So sorry you had to deal with this mess. You are taking it remarkably well. By stalling the divorce, you are only perpetuating your family's stay in this broken home. This prolonged stay in uncertainty is bad for everyone, especially for the kids. Good luck going forward. Thank you all for listening. Please like, comment and share the video if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload the next video. Take care.